There are moments in life that shatter everything you thought you knew about yourself. Moments so profound that they become the dividing line between who you were and who you become. For Jackie Chan, that moment lasted exactly 8 seconds on a Hong Kong film set in 1973. 8 seconds that would humble a cocky teenager, break his spirit, and ultimately forge him into one of the greatest action stars the world has ever known. But to understand the weight of those 8 seconds, you need to understand the collision of two worlds that created them. The Golden Dragon Rising, August 1973. Golden Harvest Studios, Kowloon District, Hong Kong. Soundstage 2 buzzes with the controlled chaos of a major film production. 40 crew members move with practiced precision across the concrete floor. Camera operators adjust massive Mitchell cameras on wheeled dollies. Lighting technicians position blazing tungsten lights, their cables snaking across the stage like black veins. The air thrums with activity, ambition, and the weight of cinematic history in the making. This is the set of Enter the Dragon, the film that will introduce Bruce Lee to Western audiences and revolutionize martial arts cinema forever. But in this moment, it's just another production battling deadlines, budgets, and the relentless Hong Kong heat that seeps even into the air-conditioned soundstage. Bruce Lee stands in the center of it all. Reviewing choreography notes. At 32, he carries himself with the quiet intensity of a man who has fought for every opportunity, every break, every moment of respect in an industry that initially saw him as too Chinese for America and too American for China. His black hair is perfectly styled despite the heat. His movements are economical, purposeful even when simply turning a page. There's a precision that suggests coiled power. This film represents everything Bruce has worked toward. Not just another role, but a chance to show the world authentic martial arts, to prove that Eastern philosophy and Western cinema can create something revolutionary. Every fight scene must be perfect. Every movement must be real. There are no second chances at this level. Around him, the controlled chaos continues. Assistant directors bark orders in Cantonese, English, and the hybrid film set language that bridges both. Makeup artists hover near actors, ready to touch up between takes. Extras in period costumes practice their scenes in small groups, their movements creating a low murmur of activity. And somewhere in this controlled mayhem, a 19-year-old stuntman named Jackie Chan is about to make the biggest mistake of his young life. The boy from Peking opera Jackie Chan at 19 is all energy and ambition wrapped in a compact, athletic frame. Standing maybe 5'6" and weighing 140 pounds. He moves with the fluid grace of someone who has spent his entire childhood learning to fall, flip, and fly through the air. His training at the China Drama Academy, the grueling Peking opera school that produces human weapons disguised as performers, has given him skills that seem almost superhuman. He can execute a standing backflip from a dead stop. His cartwheels are poetry in motion. His acrobatic timing is so precise that he can land from a 20-foot fall and roll directly into a fighting stance without missing a beat. In the world of Hong Kong stunt work, Jackie Chan is already becoming a name whispered with respect. But talent without wisdom can be a dangerous thing. And at 19, Jackie's cup of confidence is full to overflowing. He's been working on the Enter the Dragon set for 2 weeks now, performing background stunts, taking falls, playing nameless fighters who exist only to make Bruce Lee look good. It's honest work, brutal, painful, repetitive work that leaves his body covered in bruises and his ego occasionally wounded. The concrete floor of Soundstage 2 is unforgiving. Bruce Lee's standards are even less forgiving. If a fight scene doesn't look right, they do it again, and again, and again. Jackie has performed some sequences 15 times in a single day, each take demanding the same level of physical commitment, the same precision, the same willingness to absorb punishment for the sake of the camera. But something has been growing in Jackie during these 2 weeks. A frustration. A sense that his talents are being wasted, that his spectacular acrobatic skills are being underutilized in favor of Bruce's more grounded, economical fighting style. Jackie watches Bruce work and sees someone the entire crew treats with reverence. Directors defer to Bruce's judgment on action sequences. Producers step back and let him work. Even veteran stuntmen who have been in the business for decades listen when Bruce speaks. And Jackie thinks to himself, I can do what Bruce does. Maybe better. It's the kind of thought that can only come from a 19-year-old who has never truly been tested. Jackie's acrobatics are more spectacular than Bruce's techniques. His flips are higher, his spins more dramatic, his falls more theatrical. In his mind, spectacular equals superior, flash equals effectiveness. He couldn't be more wrong. But he doesn't know that yet. The setup this particular morning, the crew is preparing for one of the film's most iconic sequences, the mirror room fight scene. It's a complex piece of choreography that will showcase Bruce fighting multiple opponents in a room lined with mirrors, creating a kaleidoscope of action and reflection. The technical requirements are staggering. Camera angles must be calculated to avoid showing equipment in the mirrors. Lighting must be positioned to create drama, without creating unwanted reflections. Every movement must be choreographed not just for the participants, but for the dozen mirror images that will multiply each action. Bruce works with the stunt coordinator, planning every second of the sequence. Where each fighter will be positioned, how the action will flow, what the camera will capture. His mind processes the fight like a chess master planning moves 10 steps ahead. Jackie is part of the stunt team for this sequence. He'll be one of the attackers, one of the nameless fighters who will fall to Bruce's superior skill. It's a small role, but Jackie has been practicing. He has ideas, moves he believes will elevate the scene from good to spectacular. During a break between camera setups, Jackie approaches Bruce. Bruce is reviewing his notes, making minute adjustments to the choreography, completely absorbed in the technical and artistic challenges of the scene. Sifu, Jackie says, using the respectful term for teacher that acknowledges Bruce's senior status. I have some ideas for the fight scene. Acrobatic moves that I think could make it more exciting. Bruce looks up from his notes. His dark eyes assess Jackie with the same intensity he brings to everything else. Not hostile assessment, just thorough. Professional. What kind of moves? Jackie's eyes light up. This is his moment. He demonstrates a sequence he's been perfecting, a running start into a front flip, landing in a perfect split, then springing up into a spinning jump kick. The execution is flawless. Textbook peaking opera acrobatics, the kind of move that makes audiences gasp and applaud. Several crew members pause their work to watch. There are murmurs of appreciation. It's genuinely impressive, a display of athletic ability that borders on the superhuman. Bruce watches in silence until Jackie finishes, slightly breathless from the exertion. When Jackie lands and straightens up with a satisfied smile, Bruce nods slowly. Very good technique, Bruce says quietly. Very athletic. Jackie's smile widens. This feels like approval. Like recognition of his superior skills. But then Bruce continues. But this isn't a peaking opera performance. This is a fight scene. Those moves look spectacular, but they're not efficient. They're not realistic. In a real fight, you would never do a backflip. It wastes time, exposes your back, gives your opponent an opening to attack. Jackie's smile fades. His pride, already tender from 2 weeks of being just another stuntman, takes a direct hit. He's trained his entire life in these techniques. He's one of the best acrobatic performers in Hong Kong, and Bruce just dismissed his skills as inappropriate for serious action. Something hot and defensive rises in Jackie's chest. The words come out before his wisdom can stop them. With respect, Sifu, maybe in real fighting your way is better. But in movies, my moves are more impressive. More exciting. People want to see acrobatics, flips, spectacular techniques. That's what makes action films successful. The sound stage goes quiet. Conversations stop mid-sentence. Equipment operators pause their work. Makeup artists look up from their kits. Even the extras stop rehearsing. Did that young stuntman just challenge Bruce Lee? Did he just claim that his moves are better than the masters? Jackie realizes immediately that he's made a terrible mistake. But the words are already out there, hanging in the suddenly still air like smoke from an explosion. There's no taking them back. The challenge. Bruce sets down his choreography notes with deliberate care. He stands and walks toward Jackie, each step measured and purposeful. His movement isn't aggressive, but there's an intensity in his approach that makes Jackie's stomach tighten with sudden fear. Bruce stops 3 feet in front of the younger man. When he speaks, his voice is quiet, but the acoustics of the sound stage carry every word to every corner of the set. You think your moves are more impressive than mine? Jackie's mouth goes dry. His throat feels like sandpaper. I meant for the camera. For entertainment value. Bruce raises a hand, cutting him off gently but firmly. Show me. Show everyone here your most impressive move. The one you're most proud of. This isn't really a request. It's a challenge wrapped in politeness. And Jackie, trapped by his own words and the weight of 40 pairs of eyes watching him, has no choice but to respond. If he backs down now, he'll lose face in front of the entire crew. He'll be remembered as the kid who talked big and then couldn't deliver. In the hierarchical world of Hong Kong film production, that kind of reputation can end a career before it starts. So Jackie does what 19-year-old pride demands. He performs. He takes a running start, launches into his signature move, a spectacular aerial combination that includes a front flip, a mid-air twist, a perfect split landing, and a spring up into a spinning kick. The execution is flawless. The athleticism is undeniable. The visual impact is stunning. The crew murmurs appreciation. Even Bruce nods acknowledgement of the technical skill involved. Jackie lands, breathing harder now but satisfied. He's shown them what he can do. He's proven his point about spectacular technique. Very impressive, Bruce says, his tone carrying genuine respect for Jackie's athletic ability. Beautiful technique. Now I'll show you something. Bruce doesn't move from where he's standing. He doesn't take a running start. He doesn't prepare or wind up or telegraph anything. He simply exists in a state of relaxed readiness. Then he moves. 8 seconds that changed everything. What happens next unfolds so quickly that most of the crew doesn't see it clearly. One moment Bruce is standing 3 feet in front of Jackie. The next moment, he's behind the younger man, his open palm resting gently against the back of Jackie's neck. Jackie freezes. He didn't see Bruce move. Didn't hear footsteps. Didn't sense the approach. One instant Bruce was there. The next instant he was somewhere else entirely, demonstrating with the lightest possible touch that Jackie was completely vulnerable, completely exposed, completely at his mercy. In a real fight, that gentle palm could have been a devastating strike to the nerve cluster at the base of Jackie's skull. It could have been a blood choke. It could have been any of a dozen techniques that would have ended the confrontation instantly. But it was just a touch. A demonstration. Proof delivered with the minimum necessary force. Bruce steps back to his original position. When he speaks, his voice carries to every corner of the suddenly silent sound stage. Your move took 5 seconds and looked beautiful. But in those 5 seconds, I could have struck you 3 times. You were in the air with no control, no ability to defend yourself. You were committed to a trajectory you couldn't change. Completely vulnerable. He pauses, letting the lesson sink in. My move took 1 second. You didn't see it coming. You had no time to react. Which move is more impressive? The one that looks good, or the one that works? Jackie's face burns with shame. The lesson has been delivered in front of 40 witnesses, and there's no arguing with what just happened. But Bruce isn't finished. Come at me, Bruce says quietly. Use your acrobatics, your speed, your best techniques. Show me that your way is better. This isn't really a request either. It's both a challenge and an opportunity, a chance for Jackie to learn something valuable, or to continue being humbled. Jackie takes a breath. He's embarrassed, but he's also competitive, and some part of his 19-year-old brain still believes that his youth and spectacular techniques might surprise the older martial artist. He attacks. First, a spinning kick, fast, powerful, the kind of technique that has worked in every Peking opera performance and every stunt sequence. Bruce simply isn't there when the kick arrives. He's moved offline with minimal motion, just enough displacement to make Jackie's perfectly executed technique strike empty air. Jackie recovers quickly, transitions into a punching combination: left jab, right cross, left hook. Clean technique, good speed, proper form. Bruce's hands intercept each punch, not blocking them but guiding them past their target like redirecting flowing water. Frustrated now, Jackie launches into a jump kick, gaining impressive height, perfect form, the kind of move that would bring audiences to their feet. Bruce ducks under it effortlessly, and before Jackie lands, Bruce is there, his open palm touching Jackie's ribs where a real strike would have landed. Just enough pressure to let Jackie feel it. Just enough force to say, "You're open. You're vulnerable. I could have finished this." 8 seconds. Jackie has thrown 6 different techniques, each one executed with perfect form and considerable skill. Every single attack has been avoided, redirected, or countered. And Bruce hasn't really struck back, just demonstrated, just touched, just proved his point with the minimum necessary force. When Jackie lands from his final jump kick and stands there breathing hard, the silence on the soundstage is complete. 40 people have just witnessed a master class in the difference between looking good and being effective. The breaking point. Bruce looks at the younger man with the expression of a teacher, not a conqueror. When he speaks, his voice carries both authority and compassion. Jackie, you are talented. Very talented. Your acrobatics are beautiful. Your athleticism is impressive. In Peking opera, you are excellent. In stunt work, you will be successful. But don't confuse entertainment with effectiveness. Don't confuse what looks good with what works. He pauses, making sure every word lands clearly. Movies are different from combat. In movies, we can use your flips. We can make them look amazing for the camera, but understand the difference. What you do is art. What I teach is warfare. The shame on Jackie's face is total and devastating. He challenged a master and claimed superiority, and he's been proven wrong in front of everyone who matters in his small world. His pride is shattered. His confidence is broken. And worst of all, he knows he deserves this humiliation because he spoke without thinking, claimed expertise without wisdom. Tears well up in Jackie's eyes, not from physical pain, but from the crushing weight of his own arrogance being exposed so publicly and so completely. In the traditional Chinese way, Jackie bows deeply, the kind of bow reserved for masters, for teachers, for those deserving the ultimate respect. Sifu, he says, his voice shaking with emotion. I apologize. I spoke without thinking, without understanding. I was arrogant. Please forgive me. The teacher emerges. Bruce places his hand on Jackie's shoulder, the gesture gentle but firm. When he speaks, it's not just to Jackie, but to the entire crew who has witnessed this dramatic lesson. Apology accepted. But understand, Jackie, this wasn't about humiliating you. This was about teaching you. You have great potential, but potential is wasted if it's filled with arrogance. He looks directly into Jackie's eyes. Empty your cup so it can be filled. Learn, absorb, become better. Your acrobatics are a gift, use them. But don't let them blind you to what you don't know. Bruce turns to address the entire crew, making this a lesson for everyone present. Everyone here has skills. Everyone here has trained hard to get where they are. But the moment you believe you know everything, you stop learning. The moment you think you're better than others without truly testing that belief, you become a fool. He looks back at Jackie. Jackie is young. He made a mistake. But he also had the courage to apologize. That courage is more valuable than any technique. The lesson delivered. Bruce returns to his choreography notes. Filming resumes. The scene is shot. Jackie performs his role exactly as required. He falls when he's supposed to fall, takes the hits he's supposed to take, does his job with newfound humility. But everything has changed. The arrogance is gone, replaced by genuine humility and a hunger to learn that will define the rest of Jackie's career. After filming wraps for the day, Jackie approaches Bruce one final time. Sifu, he says quietly, would you teach me, not for the movie, but for myself? I want to learn what you know. Bruce studies the young man, seeing genuine humility now, seeing a student ready to learn rather than a competitor trying to prove something. Come to my school tomorrow evening. We will train, but understand I won't teach you to be like me. I'll teach you to be a better version of yourself. You will always be Jackie Chan, acrobat, performer, entertainer. But you can also be a martial artist, if you're willing to work for it. Jackie bows again, deeper this time. I will work, Sifu. I promise. The legacy. Over the following month, Jackie trains with Bruce 3 times. Brief sessions, but life-changing lessons about economy of motion, reading opponents, and the difference between form and function. When Bruce dies in July 1973, Jackie is devastated. He has lost a mentor who saw both his potential and flaws. In interviews decades later, when Jackie Chan has become a global superstar, he always tells this story. Bruce taught me the most important lesson, Jackie says. Being impressive is not the same as being effective. True mastery requires humility. I was a cocky kid. Bruce could have destroyed my career that day. Instead, he destroyed my ego. Everything I became after, I owe to those 8 seconds. The story has become legend, the day Jackie Chan challenged Bruce Lee and was humbled in 8 seconds. 8 seconds changed everything. 8 seconds that launched a legend.